Hola guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to give you a full MIT App Inventor tutorial. So before we start this video, like this video and subscribe to my channel. So let's start with this video. So first you'll have to go to any browser, open a new tab and type MIT App Inventor. Click on the first link you get, that is https://appinventor.mit.edu. Once you open it, click on Create Apps. Choose your account from which you want to start MIT App Inventor. Once you choose your account, you will get a Terms of Service form. Just click on I accept the Terms of Service. Once you have clicked on it, now you are signed in. So now you can click on continue. If you get this pop-up right here, just first check this do not show again. Click on continue. And you can also close this. And these are some tutorials. If you want, you can just save these links. And you can close this. And first, we are going to see all the components that MIT App Inventor has. So to see the components, we will have to start a new project. You can name the project anything you want. Usually you have to name it My First Project. And just click on the OK button, or you can also press the Enter key. Once you are loaded in, here you can see the user interface. Here you can see your project name. Here you can see all the screens that you have. You can add a screen. You can also remove a screen. And publish to gallery means that you can publish your app so that other people can see. And here is the block section where you can code. Here are the properties of screen 1, like if you want to change the background color. So now let's start with the user interface. In the user interface we have the button, which is whenever you click a button, it will perform the certain action that is given in the code. The next component is the checkbox. So whenever you click on the square right there, a tick mark will come, and if that tick mark comes, then it will perform a certain action. If it's not tick, then it will perform a certain action. So we need to code it. In date picker, if you are making an app where you need to pick the date, you can use date picker. Images are usually used to display any image you want to display, or there is one more use of image, that is if you click on the image, it will perform a certain action. Labels are usually only for display and you can't click them. Next is the list picker, where you can pick anything. It's just like a button, but you get a list whenever you click on the button, and then whenever you select anything, it will lead you to that screen or any website link. Listing is the same like list picker, and notifier is a hidden component, so it won't be coming on the screen, it will be coming down right here. And you can code it to notify. If, like for example, if you are making a calculator and you want to display the result, you can either display it in a label or you can display it as a notification. The password text box is for when you make any password based app. Like for example, if you are making any security app, then you can just keep the password text box right there. If you enter the correct password, then it will lead you to a certain page. Slider is basically, you can, like if the slider goes on the left side it will do certain action. If it goes on the right side it will do a certain action. The spinner is almost like a list picker. The switch is like the checkbox. Whenever the switch is checked or whenever the switch is on, it will perform a certain action. If it's not, it will perform another action. Text box is like the label, but you can enter something. Like it's like the password text box, but whatever you enter won't be shown in like black dots. And you can also make the text box to read only, numbers only. Time picker, you can pick time, it's similar to the date picker. And in the web viewer, you can program it to go to a certain link when the app is opened. Now let's get into the next section after the user interface. For that, you'll have to scroll down, and here you can see layout. You just click on it, and if you can see here, there is horizontal arrangement, so you can arrange images, text boxes in a horizontal way. Horizontal scroll arrangement is when you can scroll. If you have a lot of them and they are not fitting in the screen, so you can use a horizontal scroll arrangement to scroll through them. Vertical arrangement and vertical scroll arrangement is the same as horizontal scroll arrangement and horizontal arrangement. Let's go move on to the next section, which is media components like the camcorder, the camera, the image picker. So the camcorder is when you can use a camera plus you can record something. The camera is to click a picture. So if you are making an app to click a picture, then you can use the camera. In the image picker, you can pick an image from the gallery. In the player, you can play a song or anything you want. In sound, you can play a certain sound. In sound recorder, you can record a sound. So once a button is pressed, it will start the recording, and once another button is pressed, it will stop the recording. Speech recognizer, where it will recognize your speech. Next is the text to speech. So whenever in the code if you type any text right there, it will convert that into speech and say it. Next is the video player. So you can upload a video onto MIT App Inventor. Then you can program the video player to play it. Now let's move on to the next section, which is drawing and animation. This section is used to make games with MIT App Inventor. So this is a canvas and only the ball and the image sprite can only go into the canvas. Next is the maps. So first you need to take a map onto the screen, and then you can drag out a circle, a marker, a polygon or a rectangle to like see a certain place. Next is the sensors: accelerometer, barcode scanner, barometer, clock, gyroscope sensor, hygrometer, light sensor, location sensor, magnetic field sensor, near field sensor, orientation sensor, pedometer, proximity sensor, and thermometer. So you can code these to print a value on the screen. Next is the social section, where we can call someone or share something to someone or text someone from MIT App Inventor itself. You can choose any email or choose any contact with the contact picker, email picker, and a phone number picker. You can may place a call. You can share things which you have found on MIT App Inventor, which the help of sharing. And you can text people with the help of texting. Next is the storage. So this section is used whenever you want to store something, also when the app is closed. Next is the connectivity section, where these things can help you connect to another device, like Serial can help you connect to any Arduino robot you have. Same can Bluetooth client and Bluetooth server do. Next is Activity Starter, which can lead you to YouTube links. And next is Lego Mindstorm. So if you have a button which says the Lego robot to go in front, then your Lego robot will go in front. For that you just need a Bluetooth client to connect to the robot, and you need any sensor you have or any motor you have to make it go in front. Firebase DB is exactly like the storage where you can store things, and in extension you can import different extensions. So now let's get making our very first app. Our first app will be the clap app, where whenever we click an image, a clap sound will play. For this app we will need three components: a label and an image from the user interface section, and a sound component from the media section. So now let's drag out our components. First we need an image, then we need an label, and at last we need a sound component. Sound component is a non-visible component, so it will be coming right here. And now we have to first select the image for image 1. So you have to go to Google, open a new tab and type clapping images, and once you get the results, download an image and put it as the image for image 1. To set it as the image, you just have to go to picture, click on none, click on upload file, choose a file, then choose the file. So now I have selected the clap image, and now I have to change the text of label 1. You have to simply click on label 1, go to text option right here, select the whole text and press the delete key and type After typing this, just hit the enter key, and now we can make the font to bold, make the font size a bit big to 17, and we can also change the font typeface. Don't make it to mono, since it will go out of the screen. You could make it to serif, and then you could also increase the font size. Now to make our app look good, we can make the horizontal and the vertical alignment to center like this. And now let's set the sound of sound 1. So simply click on sound 1, and right here you can see the source written here. Just click on none, upload a file, click on choose file. For this you will need a clap sound. Right now I have one downloaded. I will share the link of the sound and the image down in the description. So now I will choose the sound. After waiting some time, it shall upload the sound. Now let's get into the code. So before we get into the code, just simply click on image 1 and make the clickable mode on. Now to go to the code, you will have to click on blocks, and as you can see here there are many inbuilt components, inbuilt blocks, and here are the components of screen 1. So now you have to click on image 1 and you have to drag this block when image 1 dot click do. After this you need to go to sound and drag call sound1 dot play block. So now our app is done. Now we are going to test it in the MIT AI2 companion.
So first we got to go to Google Play and type MIT AI2 companion. Once it's typed, you have to click on this app and then install it. So once you have installed the app, you got to click on it, open it and accept all the permissions it's asking you for. And if you are using no Wi-Fi, then you can just click on continue without Wi-Fi as a pop-up will come up. So once you have done that, you have to come into the app and click on scan QR code. Before that, you have to just go right here, click on connect, click on AI companion. As you can see this QR code, quickly go to your MIT AI2 companion, click on allow, then scan the QR code. Now you have to wait for some time and then it will load the app you have made. As you can see, the app has been loaded. So I just clicked on the image and I got the sound of the clapping. So if this app is not working for you, you might have to go to the code and check it, or you might have to go to the sound component and just check if you have uploaded the sound, or you have to also go to the image component and check if the clickable mode is on.